Hey guys, WalterFootball.com video here. Going to talk about the Jaire Alexander release. The Packers cut him today. Also going to mention some teams that could sign him. So before we get into all that, please hit like, subscribe, comment below, share this video, visit the link in the description for the merch store. All that means a lot to us, especially subscribing because we're almost at 5,000 subs. So if you really want to help us get there, we're a fairly new channel, so we're looking to grow it. Hitting subscribe would be the best. Also visit WalterFootball.com for tons of content. We have fantasy football rankings, NFL mock drafts, picks against the spread, picks for other sports. We hit a 70-1 a long shot on Ryan Fox to win the Canadian Open yesterday. So yeah, we have all that, and it's all free content. So check out WalterFootball.com. All right, so Jaire Alexander got cut today. He's a great player. Unfortunately, he doesn't stay on the field very much. He's very unreliable. The Packers they first got him in 2018, and he's lasted nearly a decade. But he's been injured in many of those years. For example, last year he played in only 7 games. The year before that, he played in only 7 games. 2 years before that, he played in only 4 games. So this guy just can't stay healthy. When he is healthy, he plays great, and he's only 28, so he should be able to play for another 3-4 years at a high level, assuming he can stay on the field and assuming the injuries don't really sap his talent. So some question marks here. I feel like he should sign a 1-year prove-it deal to kind of show teams that he can stay healthy for a change, and then maybe he can get a big contract in the next offseason. But right now, just a 1-year prove-it deal. And I assume that he could sign with anyone right now. I assume he'd want to sign with a team that could advance to the Super Bowl or at least like be a playoff contender. So for the teams that could sign him, I'm only going to include playoff contenders because I don't see him signing with like the worst team in the league. Like the Titans, for example, they're projected to have some of the fewest wins in the NFL. They really need a cornerback, but like, why would Alexander go there unless they offer him an obscene amount of money? And I don't understand why they would, because if they sign him, they're still not going to be a playoff team. So I think that we can focus just on the playoff contenders, and I'm going to look at the depth charts here as we go along. So I'm going to start in the NFC North, his division. So if he wants to get back at the Packers, I think the best team to sign with is the Bears. The Bears are an ascending team with Ben Johnson, Caleb Williams in the second year. They have issues on defense. Now they have a great corner in Jalen Johnson, but they really don't have anything else there. On the outside, Tyreek Stevenson is their other outside cornerback, and he's the one who was most infamous for giving up that Hail Mary play where he's taunting the fans, and then Jane Daniels scored that Hail Mary touchdown. But Stevenson's just not a good player, so the Bears could upgrade him. Minnesota as well. Minnesota has Mekhi Blackman coming back from injury. They signed Isaiah Rodgers. They're okay. I think Blackman's talented, but he missed all of last year. Rodgers is okay. So they can get better on the outside. I think this is a team that can certainly sign him. I want to mention the Steelers because Aaron Rodgers is there. So if Alexander wants to join his former teammate, Aaron Rodgers, you can go to Pittsburgh. And the Steelers signed Darius Slay. They have Joey Porter Jr. as well, but Porter struggled last year. Slay is super old. They could use a number 1 cornerback, and Alexander, if he can stay healthy, he would certainly give them that. Going back to the NFC, I think the Eagles need to be mentioned, the other team in the Keystone State. They lost Darius Slay, so just mentioned that he signed with the Steelers. Now they have 2 studs in Quinion Mitchell and Cooper DeJean, but they could use another outside cornerback. Their current starter there is Kaylee Ringo across from Quinion Mitchell, so they could get better there. Dallas is another team, so they have Trayvon Diggs. You can see him in red here. Trayvon Diggs is injured. So they drafted Siobhan Revel in the 3rd round, but he may not be ready to start. Ideally, they could sign Alexander, who could play 1 year, and then Revel could take over the next year, or Diggs will come back, hopefully. The problem, and they also have Kyrie Elam, they could upgrade. The problem here is that Dallas may not be seen as a playoff contender, but they are a big franchise. Alexander may want to just go there just for the publicity and stuff like that, and who knows? I mean, maybe he deems them a playoff contender because they have Pickens now, they have Lamb, they have Prescott. Just they could stop there with the talented players. Obviously Parsons, but Parsons may not be around for a while. The Dallas, I don't view them as being very good. I think their head coaching situation is awful, but they might be regarded as a team that is better than they really are. The Rams, I love the Rams. The Rams are like the opposite of the Cowboys. Like, no one seems to like the Rams. The Rams are not even favorites to win their own division, which is bizarre to me. The Niners are. So the Rams, I love the roster. They have two weaknesses: that linebacker and cornerback. So they could sign Jaire Alexander to really improve their outside cornerback situation. I think the Niners make sense as well, less so because I don't think they're as good, but they are the betting favorites to win the division for some reason. Not sure why. Trey Brown and Renardo Green are their current starting outside cornerbacks. They have to get better than that. And they have such an easy division. So Alexander doesn't even have to play in the regular season because they're going to make the playoffs just based on their schedule. Their schedule outside of the 2 Rams games, their toughest game is at Houston. So the Niners, they're certainly a playoff contender just based on their schedule. And if they get better at cornerback, who knows? Maybe they can make another playoff run. Moving on to the AFC, we mentioned the Steelers already. I have to mention the Bills. They drafted Maxwell Harrison in the first round, but they are very thin at cornerback. Christian Benford's great. Harrison could be great, but that's it. They signed Tre'Davious White this offseason, which shows how desperate they are. Now, I don't know if Alexander would come in and start right away. Like maybe Harrison is so great that he would be the starter. But given that he doesn't have experience, they could play Alexander as the starter and then Harrison as the third outside cornerback, and then Harrison eventually could take over. And also, I mean, when Alexander misses time, Harrison could start. So I think the Bills make sense too. I have to mention the Ravens. I didn't list the Ravens as a team on the site, but they have Chidobe Awuzie, Nate Wiggins. They could get better there. Awuzie missed a lot of time last year, kind of like Alexander. He's good though, so I feel like the Ravens did a good job of upgrading cornerback with Awuzie, but they could always get better there. The Bengals, the other team in the AFC North that is actually viable, not the Browns. Their cornerback situation is like every other situation on the defense. It's just awful. Even linebacker, which was their strength, just got worse because they cut Jermaine Pratt. So they could use cornerback. It's not like the biggest need on defense, but for a team like the Bengals that can't stop anyone, like they can use as many great players as possible. And Alexander would definitely help. In the AFC South, you can mention the Jaguars. Now the Jaguars may not be seen as a playoff contender. They're 3-1 to win their division, but I think that they're an up-and-coming team with Liam Cohen there. Now, the Jaguars have Travis Hunter and Tyson Campbell, so those look like good outside cornerbacks, but we don't know how much Travis Hunter is going to play cornerback. Maybe he's going to play every snap. Who knows? We have not seen this before, but if they think that, hey, Hunter is just going to be a part-time player at cornerback, they could maybe go after Alexander. But I really don't see Alexander signing with the Jaguars because they're kind of not a serious franchise. Maybe there will be one day, but they're just not regarded that way. The Chargers in the AFC West, their defense looks awful. I did their season preview already. It's going to be posted soon. I think they have one of the worst defenses in the NFL. They're not as bad as the Bengals or anything, but it is pretty bleak. Outside of a few players, they really have nothing. Cornerback is a huge issue. Their starting cornerbacks are Dante Jackson, Cam Hart. Jackson is particularly a weakness. He had a couple of decent seasons, but he's coming off a couple of down years, especially last year. He was brutal for the Steelers. So they could use an upgrade there. And then you have to mention the Chiefs because they are the reigning AFC champions. Now they have Jalen Watson, Christian Fulton on the outside. They can get someone better than Fulton, who's been pretty inconsistent. So the Chiefs make sense as well. So those are the teams that could sign Jaire Alexander. As you can see, many teams here. So once again, please hit like, subscribe, comment below, share this video, visit the link in the description for the merch store. All that mean a lot to us, and especially the subscriptions. Like I said, almost at 5,000. So we'll be back tomorrow with another video, and I will talk to you then.